Leinster 26, Munster 12. Huge result for Leinster in a massive Irish derby. 80,000 people, just over 80,000 people at a sold-out Croke Park. The scenes, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Irish rugby, alive and well. Absolutely love it. For such a small country population-wise, to see that, how many people were there as a rugby fan? Beautiful, beautiful, classy stuff from all involved, classy stuff from the Irish. Well done. A fantastic game of rugby. Hats off to all the players, to the fans. A spectacle, man. A game of one team taking their opportunities and another not. Huge result for Leinster. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the game. Who played well, who didn't. You know what it is. Let me know in the comments. Let's get into it. So we'll start with Leinster. First opportunity they get, and this was kind of the scene setting the standard throughout, especially the first half. Every opportunity they got, Leinster did, just converting into points, taking every opportunity, every line break, every line out, every scrum, every set play. Really, really well executed. Went in with a game plan in that first half and executed that to a T. So they get into the 22, first opportunity they got, carry the ball with purpose, coming around the corner, strong ball carries, getting over the advantage line. And then the ruck speed, therefore the ruck speed is real quick. So you're getting over the advantage line. Munster can't set their defense. And then you've got someone like Jamison Gibson-Park, who is the best in the world at his option taking off the back of the ruck, and just looking up and playing that wide ball to James Lowe for him to score there. What I loved about Jamison Gibson-Park and Leinster, so it's not Gibson-Park only. He's obviously got his option taking is elite, but he's got to have those options to be able to take them. What he was doing really well off the base of the ruck, and Leinster were, their forward pack, they were setting real wide. So Gibson-Park is throwing those cutout balls and he's taking out 3 or 4 Munster defenders. Caelan Doris, Van der Fleer, Conan, they're getting those outside shoulder half tackles and really getting over the advantage line in that regard. He's doing that really well. So Gibson-Park, like I said, off the base of that ruck, playing those wide balls, and it's taking out Munster defenders like that. And then Leinster just get that roll on, man. Especially you get over the advantage line first phase, it's really hard to defend going on. What I thought Leinster do really well is shifting that point of contact, and this is backs and forwards. So you make contact here, or there's a ruck here. That next phase, they're shifting that ball. They've got options, guys out the back, guys short, guys on the inside. Even when contact is made in a tackle, there's always guys looking for an offload, or right before contact, they've got a little pass. And it just seemed like, especially in that first quarter, and then throughout that first half, that it seemed like Leinster had an extra 2 or 3 players on the field. Just how they were executing their plays, and it made it feel like Munster were 2 or 3 players down. While Leinster's attack was really good, their defense was fantastic as well. One-on-one tackles, really good. Line speed, all coming up, staying connected together, getting up off that line and meeting Munster like in their faces. Really, really well in that regard. Huge moment of the game right before halftime. So there was a couple, Leinster had already scored a couple tries. I think they were 21 points up. And it was the buzzer gone already for halftime. They got a penalty right out in front. And instead of going for just the easy 3 points, they kept going for a try. And then who else? Erge Snyman, the former Munster player, crashes over to score, just gets up with a big grin on his face. Man, and that's firstly, that's the championship minutes. 10 minutes before halftime and 10 minutes after halftime for me are the championship minutes. And that decision from Doris to back themselves to go for the try, I feel like that was the nail in the coffin already. right before halftime. Could have got the easy 3 points, went for the try and got those 5 points. And then who else but Erges Neyman to score. Huge there. And then in the second half, look, all the intensity, all the gameplay, all the tries, everything happened in the first half for Leinster. But then in the second half, Leinster just overpowering Munster in rucks, especially in the contact points, so ruck time, tackles, running with the ball, really disrupting Munster's ruck, and they're disrupting their flow of play, slowing their rucks down. Although it was all Munster in that second half, Leinster really just cut them down in that regard. I think it was probably second half was probably a bit frustrating for Leinster because they did so well in the first half. You'd want to carry on that momentum in the second half, but still turned it on defensively. I thought Caelan Doris was my man of the match. Amount of involvements he has throughout the game. And not only carrying the ball, he does really well carrying the ball, always gets over that advantage line, but defensively, strong tackles, strong at ruck time, really disrupting the opposition's ball, Munster's ball, and a proper captain's knock. Going over to Munster, first big problem, lineouts. They had 4 missed lineouts in the first 20 minutes. Not good at all. And it's one of your biggest attacking platforms is your lineout because how far back the defense is set. There's 20 meters between your attacking backline and their defending backline. So much space to work with, and they just weren't connecting there well on their line out. I felt like in the first half they couldn't adjust or they didn't adjust their defense. I mentioned that Gibson Park off the back of the ruck for Leinster was throwing those big cutout flat balls and taking 3 or 4 Munster defenders out. And they weren't shifting out there. So they're getting caught on those edges like the 3rd or 4th defender, getting half tackles, so Leinster getting over the advantage line, and they just roll on from there. I don't think they weren't connected really well, so one guy would be shooting out of the line, leaving a big staggered line, so there'd be lots of holes for Leinster players to run into. And when you do that, it's fine to do that, but you have to get your guys, your outside and your inside guys coming with you, or you need to make that ball and all tackle. Huge opportunity gone missing in the first half there. 5 meter line out, lose the line out. Like I said, that was their 4th line out lost in the first 20 minutes. That's credit to Erges Neyman, guys like Caelan Doris really getting up and disrupting Munster's ball. And then the next, that forward pass from Nankivell, oh man, that's tough. But both refs were right there. And man, in another game, the refs would have let that go. So that was a tough one there. They finally did crack Leinster's defense, a beautiful line-out set play. Coombs off the back, around the back, inside ball. We saw this from Ireland against South Africa, the inside ball. So this is the ball carrier. He runs out. He's got an inside runner. This inside runner drifts in towards the ruck, takes that defender in, and then you've got another attacker coming through here. And O'Brien went over to score there. That was beautiful, beautiful set play off the line out. Lovely. So Ireland team using that Irish set play versus another Ireland team. I like that. Credit to Munster though, in Munster's defense in the second half. I feel like Munster won that second half, and they kept Leinster scoreless in the second half. So Munster scored the 1 try in the second half, keeping Leinster scoreless, but all the work was done in the first half. Leinster really put Munster to the sword. Credit to Munster though, this could have been a whitewash, but they held in there. A 26-12 end score, Leinster coming away with the chocolates. A sold-out Croke Park, beautiful to watch. An absolute spectacle for the game. Lovely to watch. Record-breaking attendance. Love it. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the game. Hit that subscribe while you're there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.